So a warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to learn one more function in R programming. It is data frames. R data frames are table-like data structure. Each column contains values of each variable. Each row contains one set of values related to each column. The column names are non-empty. The row names should be unique. And the syntax for creating a data frame, a variable name followed by the left assignment operator and the function data.frame, and inside of the brackets we need to specify the values. So by using this particular syntax, we can able to create a data frame. So the syntax of the data frame, so the variable name followed by the left assignment operator and the data frame function, and inside we need to specify the values of a data frame, right? So now we will create a data frame using R programming. Now first I would like to take a variable ID. With the help of left assignment operator, I would like to include a series of number from 1 to 5 with a vector. So the ID numbers from 1 to 5. So I want to execute this particular code. So if you can see the ID, a variable, in fact its class is integer type. We will execute a class of ID also. Yes, it is an integer type. And I would like to create one more variable by the name of names. With the left assignment operator, I want to create a 1C vector. The name variable include Hari, Ram, Raj, Rahul, and Ravi. So I want to execute this particular command. So in fact, the name variable, it is a character in nature. So because Hari, Ram, Raj, Rahul, Ravi, and all these are the name type, the character type. In fact, we can cross check what is the class of name also. And I would like to create one more variable with age name, and with an vector I'm trying to include 5 different kinds of ages here. In fact, the age type, it is a numeric. All the values are numeric in nature. I want to cross check what is the class of this particular age. Now it is a numeric type. And I want to know the marital status of the respondents. So that's the reason why I would like to create one more variable by the name of marriage. And with left assignment operator, I would like to create a vector function which includes if the candidate is married, yes, if the candidate is not married, no. So I executed this. So in fact, when we kept the character in double quotations or in single quotations, it tells that it is a character type. It tells that it is a character type. And even I would like to cross check what is the class of marriage variable. Yes, it is a character type. And it is the next a variable by the name of child. And with left assignment operator, I would like to assign all the logical elements into a child variable if if a particular person, if he has child, so it will tells that true. If he doesn't have a child, it tells that false. So I would like to create a variable by the name of child. So execute this. Obviously, it is a logical type, of variable. So I want to cross check what is the class of a particular child variable. So it is a logical type. So I would like to create one more variable. I would like to create one more variable with the C function. So obviously it is a type of a numeric. So, and even I would like to cross check what is the a class of a salary variable. So it is a numeric. Now the next important concept, the concept related to the creation of a data frame. The creation of a data frame. So I would like to create a variable, the name of the variable employee dot data frame, and with left assignment operator, and I would like to use a data frame function. I would like to use a data frame function. Inside I would like to include whatever the variables that I created earlier. I would like to include all the variables inside of the data frame function. So here ID and employee ID, employee name, and the employee age, and employee marital status, and the employee child status, and the salary of the employee. So I would like to create employee.data frame with the help of a data frame function. Now I would like to execute this particular code. Now the code has been successfully executed, and I want to check the output of a created variable employee.data frame. So I'm trying to execute the employee.data frame. Now you can see the data frame has been successfully created. The first column ID, which includes 1 to 5 numbers, and the second column name, the name of the employees, which is in character by nature, and the age, it is in a numeric in nature. The marital status, it is a character in nature, and the child, it is a logical operator, and the salary, it is a numeric. So that is how we can able to create a data frame by using a data frame function in R programming. So this is what the data frame, whatever that we created. This is what the data frame, whatever that we created here, right? Now I want to see what is the structure of the created data frame, employee.data frame. I want to see what is the structure of this particular data frame. The code has to be, the function has to be written like this: a structure of employee.data frame. If I execute this, it will tell you, see the structure of the employee data frame. And the employee data frame comprises of 5 observations of 6 variables. And the first one, ID, it is integer by nature. The IDs are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the second one, name. And the name, it is a character in nature, which includes Hari, Rahul, and 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. And the third variable, age, by nature it is a numeric, the age group of the respondents, 39, 35, 28, 34, 30. And the fourth variable, it is a marital status, marriage, and which includes, in fact, it is a logical operator, which includes yes or no type. And the child, it is, sorry, a marriage, it is a character in nature, which includes a 2 different level. It has been treated like a factor, which includes 2 different levels, yes or no, because yes or no, yes or no. It has been repeated more number of times. That's the reason why it is being considered as a factor type. It has two different levels. It has two different levels. So that's the reason why this particular variable, the data type, it is being like a factor type. It is being like a factor type because it has only two different levels, but it is repeated in 5 different times. It repeated in 5 different times, yes, no, and yes, no, like this. No, that's the reason why it is a factor type. And obviously, the fifth variable child, it is a logical type. It has true, true, false, false, and true. And the next variable salary, it is a numeric type, the salaries of the employees. So that's how we can able to understand the structure of a particular data frame. Now I want to check what is the summary of a database. What is the summary of a, sorry, what is the summary of employee data frame? Now you can see the summary of employee data frame. The minimum value it is 1 and the maximum value it is 5 over here with respect to ID. The minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 5, and the names, all these things, and the age, the minimum age and the maximum age. The first quartile 30 and the third quartile 35. The median is 33. So the minimum age is 25 and the maximum age is 39. And the marriage and the marriage, number of people are not married 1, the number of people are got married 4, and the child it is like true or false type, and the salary and the minimum salary the 45,000 and the maximum salary 63,000. That's how we can able to understand the summary of employee data frame. And I would like to perform some other new operation with the help of employee data frame. So what I want to do is adding a column into a data frame. It's very simple. So in employee data frame file with $sign department and with left assignment operator and the C function, when you use this particular command, then automatically the department column will be added into employee.dataframe file. So how we are trying to add over here, in the sense with the help of a $sign employee.dataframe $sign the department, automatically this particular department related column will be added, and the column elements will be like this: the networking, mobile, commerce, banking, and pharmacy. So I want to execute this particular code. Yes, successfully the code was executed, and I want to run this. I want to check whether this particular column department it's being successfully added or not. I want to cross verify over here. Now you can see here the department networking, mobile, commerce, banking, pharmacy. One more new department it's being added over here. Earlier it's belongs to only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 variables only. Now in the new employee.data frame, one more new column it's being added. The name of the column we call it as the department. The department it is having 5 different kinds of elements. So that's how we can able to add very simply a column in the data frame, right? Now, the next one more concept that I would like to explain over here, extracting data from a data frame. So how we can able to extract a data from a data frame. So it's very simple, right? Now I would like to create one more variable by the name of employee underscore age with the left assignment operator. A data frame has been created. I would like to call up a data frame function here. So what I would like to include in employee underscore age variable, what I want is from employee dot data frame, I want ID. From employee dot data frame file, I want name. And from employee dot data frame, I want age. I want age. And all these three different columns that I'm going to assign to employee underscore age. So I created a new variable employee underscore age, and with left assignment operator, with the help of data frame function, I would like to include only these three variables from employee dot data frame file. Now execute this. Now explicitly, I would like to print employee underscore age variable. So you can see here, whatever I selected, employee ID, employee name, and employee age. Just I want to know the employee age. I want to know the employee age. So that's the reason why I selected only three columns: employee ID, employee name, and employee age. So likewise, we can extract whatever the columns that we want from a particular file. Now, the next operation, what I would like to perform is, I would like to create one variable by the name of employee underscore records. With left assignment operator, what I would like to assign is from employee.df file, what I want is the only first and second row, and even I don't want any column information. Just I want to know the first and second rows. I want to see the first and second rows related information. Right? Just execute the code. So when you don't want any column related information, just put comma and explicitly try to print this particular record. So from employee.data frame, I extracted the first and the second rows. The first and the second rows. The same likewise, I would like to create one more variable by the name of employee underscore records 1. What I want to see in this particular variable, I want to extract from employee.data frame second and third columns. Second and third columns, I don't want to see any rows over here. I don't want to see any rows here. I want to see the second and third column. So if you don't want to see any rows in output, you just put hyphen. You just put hyphen and no, second column and third column. So obviously what it will tell is the first variable it is rows and the second variable it is columns. So when you put comma over here, that will tell us that, so in the output you will not see any sort of row related output. You will see only the column related output, that too from second to third, which tells about in the output you will see only second column and third column related output. So execute this. Now try to print the explicitly the output of employee underscore records 1. So you can see over here in employee underscore records 1 variable. So I tried to extract only the second column and the third column. The second column and the third column. So that's how we can able to extract the row wise extraction, and the column wise extraction can be done with the help of data frame function. And even I can able to extract the things in such a manner. In employee underscore records variable, I would like to extract the content from employee.data frame. So here we need to create a vector function over here. Third and fifth rows and second and fourth column. So I want to extract the content into employee underscore records 2 variable from employee.data frame file, third and fifth rows and second and fourth column. So execute this and check the output of this employee underscore records 2 variable. So this is what. So from third and fifth rows, second and fourth columns are these all are. So name and marriage, Ravi, Raj no, and Ravi S. So these two, that is how we can able to extract a series of rows and a series of columns from a particular data frame. Now, first of all, I would like to explicitly print my employee.df variable. So this is what earlier that whatever we have been created. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to create one more data frame. So employee ID, I would like to create one more data frame because of I would like to perform an operations between two different data frames. So I would like to create. So obviously employee ID, it is an integer type which includes a series of variables from 6 to 10. And the next variable employee names, and obviously it is a character type. It is a character type which includes a character from 1 to 5 by the name of Murali, Sagar, Lokesh, Rama, and Krishna. And I would like to create one more variable by the name of age with the left assignment operator with the C function. I would like to include the ages of the people. The ages of the people. It is obviously it is a numeric type. It is a numeric type. And the one more, whether the employees are married or not, I would like to. I created one more variable by the name of marriage, and with left assignment operator, I created a vector which includes in double quotations whether the employee is married, it will tell that yes. If the employees are not married, it will tell that no. So create a variable, and the child, the children's status, whether it is true, it tells that true means they are having children. If this false means they are not having children. So obviously it is a logical type. And the salary variable, obviously it is a numeric type. So I created individually, I created 6 different kinds of variables. Individually, I tried to create 6 different kinds of variables. One more, which is a department, and it is obviously a character type. And what I try to do over here, I try to create 6 different kinds of variables. 6 different kinds of variables. Now, the important aspect, I would like to create one more data frame. The name of the data frame, employee.data frame 1, and with left assignment operator, I called up for data frame function. Data frame function. In the data frame function, the ID, which is integer type, the name, which is a character type, the age, which is numeric type, the marital status, it is a character type, the child, it is a logical type, the salary, it is a numeric type, and the department, it is again character type. So I would like to execute this particular data frame, which has been created by the name of employee.data frame 1. I want to check the output of the file employee.data frame 1. Now this is what a new data frame that has been created with the help of employee.data frame 1. So which includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of variables with 5 different observations. 5 different observations. Now what I would like to do over here, I want to perform a new operation. That's what we called adding a row. Adding a row. So how I can able to add a row? Add row with rbind function. Add row with rbind function. So whatever the rows are there, in employee.df file, it has to be added with employee.df1. So what I'm trying to do over here in the sense, actually I created 2 different kinds of files by the name of employee.df variable, employee.df1 variable. What I would like to do is whatever the rows are there in two different kinds of files, I would like to club all those rows. So I created one more variable here, employee.finaldf. Employee.finaldf. In this, I would like to add the both rows of the employee.df file related rows and employee.df1 related rows. So execute this. Now you check when I execute this particular file, whatever the rows that we are having in employee.dataframe and employee.dataframe1, all those rows will be added and it will be treated as a single file. See here, from employee data frame and employee data frame 1, all the rows are being added. It has become a single file from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10. The same likewise, we can add a column also. The same likewise, we can add a column also with the cbind function. With cbind function, we can able to add a column to the existing file. So how we can able to create in the sense, we need to, first of all, we need to create a variable and with a vector function. So we need to include whatever the employee related addresses are there that we need to include in this particular variable. So we need to execute this particular variable. So later on, with the help of cbind function to employee.finaldf file, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add one more column. I'm trying to add one more column, which is a cbind, with the help of a cbind function, a column bind function. I would like to add one more column to the existing employee.final data frame variable. So when I try to execute this, see here, then automatically one new column it is being added. So earlier only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 variables only. 7 variables with 10 observations. Now what was happened when you perform the cbind function? One more new variable is being added. The name of the variable address. So addresses of the 10 observations. So addresses of the 10 observations, it's being added. Now even we can able to sort. So what I would like to perform one more. I would like to show you one more function. That's what we called the name of the function sort. So what I would like to show you, I want to show you one more function, which is a sort function. So even we can sort the data, whichever is available in a particular file, even we can able to sort. So what I want to do is, I want to show a particular operation. I want to sort the employee age. I want to sort the employee age. See here, from least employee age to highest employee age, it's being successfully sorted. Now what I want to see in next operation, I want to see the rank order of employee age group. The rank order of employee age group. So how I can able to perform this? So you need to create a variable rank with the left assignment operator. The order, we need to specify an order function. We need to show over here an order function. Employee from employee.finaldf file. So I'm going to take the age variable. So whatever the age groups are there, so that's how we can able to sort the employee age group, and even we can keep the data in the form of rank order also. So just execute this and check the rank order. So in the rank order the data has been displayed. So I hope you understand this particular session. So these are the various concepts that we can able to see in our data frames.